Hi guys, welcome to Misha Makes. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today we're going to be doing this like peachy, glowy summertime look. So if you want to see how we got this look, stay tuned. Okay guys, so today we're going to do a glowy makeup look for summer, of course. I've already prepped my skin. I used my Moisture Surge hydro infused lotion. So I go in with this, and then I use my D'Alba spray, going with this. And then I use, of course, my Dramatically Different moisturizing lotion. Love this. And I already have a little bit of foundation on. So let's get into this look. So I'm just putting on some of my Infallible Pro Matte. And I also put on a little bit of this High Glass NYX face primer. So it just adds a little bit more of a glow. In the summertime, I don't like a ton of product on my face. And I also like to get a really good lip combo so that I don't have to rely too much on my eyes. So I really focus on the skin. Let's use the Almay Ageless Hydrating Concealer. This matches my skin tone. I like to use a concealer that matches because when you have freckles, I think it looks weird when it's lighter on top of your freckles. And I'm not really trying to cover. I just want to blend everything and really hide my dark circles if I can. Here usually. A little on my nose. And anywhere else I might have something going on. I get my beauty blender and I blend it out. Let's see, do I want any more than that? You know what? No, I think I'm good with that. Okay, I like my e.l.f. Halo Glow. And I'm going right on my nose. And then right here. Right here. Right here. The skin looks really dewy, really glowy. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna add a little bit of powder. Now, I don't always use a contour stick, especially if I'm like running late. What I'll do, I'll contour with just the powder. So it just depends on how much time I have. Today, let's just use our powder puff. And this is the Mercier Translucent Honey. Okay, I blow on it so it's not so cakey. And I'm just gonna tap right underneath my eyes. And that's where I'm going in with that powder, right underneath my eyes. And I want to try to grab just a little bit in the center of my forehead, because these are the spots you do not want to be glowy. Can you see that like yellow cast that it does? That's my only gripe with this thing. The other one did not do that, but it's okay. Let's put a little powder on my chin, right in there. Now, let's go ahead and, oh, this curl is wayward. Wayward curl. Okay. Let's do brows. I just comb through my brows with any little spoolie brush that I have. I do my brows. Oh, you know what? Before we do brows, let's do a little bit of powder contour. So I'll show you what I do when I don't use like a contour stick, when I'm just using the powder. Because sometimes you just don't have time to do the liquid and the powder product layered together. Sometimes you just have to hurry up, and usually the powder product by itself is the fastest. Okay. And this is a really great look for summer because it's light and it goes with almost everything. And I love this look because we're going to be doing kind of a, not a bold lip, but a lip that ties everything together and makes you look polished without looking too crazy for daytime. Let's do brows. Get my brow brush, pinch it. This is what I use for my brows to fill them in. It's the Smashbox cream shadow. It's actually a cream shadow. It's not actually a brow for brows, but the color is just perfect for my brows. And so that's what I use it for. And it stays on. So just looking in the mirror to make sure I have it right. And I will say, makeup for girls with freckles, I feel like it's just different than makeup for women with just one color everywhere. I think with freckles, you just have so much going on. You don't want colors to not be blending. That's why I always stick to the same color for my concealer. So I just fill those brows in, just like that. And then of course, my Clinique muted brown. And my Wet n Wild Mega Liner. Now what's gonna make this look super glowy is we're gonna do a bunch of different like highlighters on top. Let's clean this brow up a bit. Let's start with this brow so you can see how I do it. Okay. And I'm doing short hair-like strokes. I'm going to take a spoolie and I just comb it all the way through so it kind of merges both products. I might add a little bit more on the tail end of that one. So I go back in with just a little bit of water. There we go. And I do feel like I spend the most time on brows. Okay, this is from Freck. This is their cheek slime in orange wine. I love this stuff, especially for like a glowy. I'm just bringing it all the way across. Now it looks really crazy now, but it won't. I look like a burn victim, but I'm not yet. Now we're gonna do just a pretty simple eye. This is the NYX Off Tropic palette. These are the colors. And so we're gonna probably work with, I like this one. Let's go in with that one. This is like a really peachy look. I tend to gravitate more towards a peach look, a peach blush, a skin-toned eyeshadow, just a little bit more color. I'm just putting that all over the lid, working that in. Okay, so now that we've got that, I'm gonna go in with my Fit Me powder in 310 Sun Beige. To kind of get it to blend everything together. Now I'm going to go underneath with that same color. I'm going to go in with my Better Than Chocolate Too Faced palette. And underneath, because I don't want it to be so yellow orangey, I'm gonna go in with Nice Buns, which is that color, right there. Nice Buns. And it's gonna just help to neutralize or make that. You know what, I really like that, so I'm gonna just take a little bit of that and I'm gonna go on top as well. Now this isn't like it's like a really soft, super soft brown. And I'm also going to use a little bit of that Lick the Bowl right there, just to kind of now let's go ahead and glow the situation up. Let's go ahead and get all of our highlighter on. So the skin still looks super glowy, but I like to make my own highlighter. So I'm gonna go in with my Anastasia loose pigment powder in Daiquiri, and also I'm gonna use a little bit of my Stila in bronze. This is my Stila Heaven's Hue highlighter. Let's put this one on right with my fingers. So I'll put the Stila on first because it's a darker gold. And I just blend it out with my fingers. I'm also gonna put some right there. I haven't done my eyeliner yet. And just a little right here. Right above the cupid's bow, just a little bit. And we're gonna just do a little bit more. Okay. Now I use a little bit of that Daiquiri. I also have this color. It's from Bare Minerals. It's called Joy, and it's another loose pigment powder that I really like, and it's really pretty. It's like it's kind of like the Anastasia, but without any of the pink. So I'm just gonna mix those two together. And going right in that. Right there, a little bit. Gonna do a little bit right there. Once you add all that color, it tends to just, the blush goes away. So let's re-blush that up. Let's add another layer of blush. I like this, it's called Creamsicle from LA Colors, and it has this really pretty shimmer. I mean, it's just such a pretty color to lay on top as a topper. let's go in with eyeliner. I'm using the e.l.f. Black liquid liner. And just pull it like that. Right into the lash line. And then once I get to the edge, I go out and make my tail. Pretty happy with that. Again, I don't start over here just because my eyes water and I have really bad allergies. So I don't want my eyeliner over here. I need it to start right here. And I usually start drawing the line and then I open and I see where I am. Yeah, that looks even. Now, of course, we're gonna go through those lashes. And get all that extra product out. I'm using the Telescopic in Blackest Black. Telescopic L'Oreal mascara. I love this mascara. I've used it for years. Okay. Let's do the other eye. Now, let's do the bottom lashes. And that's why I love this brush, because especially for the bottom lash, the comb makes it so easy. Okay. We've got lashes done. Now, again, I usually don't wear lashes in my everyday life, but if you do, you know, by all means. But I will do them for special occasions. Like I like a lash for a special occasion. And now I usually I don't want my glow to be like gold or super yellow. I don't want my glow to be super yellow. So what I like to do is I'll go in with a highlighter that's a little bit more white or like champagne-y color. And so this is just from my local beauty supply store. This is called Diamond Glow. It's just one of those generic, you know, beauty supply store situations. Okay. Now, this is going to be our Holy Grail product. I don't know why no one's talking about this, but let's see. I love something because I used to work in dental, so of course we'd have to wear the masks. I've always looked for a lip product that stays on. I've tried all of the, like, the Sachu, the lip stains, all of them. Look, I've got a couple of the peel ones. I've tried a lot of them, and nothing compares to this product. First of all, my thing is with those, they tend to be really red, and that's not the color I'm looking for. This product is incredible. The staying power is incredible. It's so easy to use. It's like a pen. It's just like a pen. It's like a calligraphy pen. And it stays on so long. Okay, the downsides. It's a lot more expensive than the normal lip liner. It's the Stila. And what do they call it? I do believe they call it a calligraphy. I'll find it because it actually is kind of worn off, but the color is in Hillary. Now they say it's a nude, but it's like the perfect like burnt orange, auburn, like brownie kind of look. And it's super easy to use. Do you see? That's the lip liner. And so you can be as precise as you want. Wait, first let me wipe off my lips. Hold on. Okay. Back to my holy grail product. Well, one of them. I'm gonna probably have to do like a video of all like my favorite products, but this is definitely one of my favorite lip liners because it stays on. It stays on all day. I don't reapply it. You don't have to. It's the Stila lip pen in Hillary. So I'm just gonna line my lips. I like the fact that it's like you can get as narrow as you want, and then it's also a flat head. So I lay it just right there. It's literally like a Sharpie. I lay it down, and then on this upper lip, so this color is their lightest color. When I first bought it, I got a different color and I did not like that color. This color though, the way it wears down, it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. It won't stay this bright. What I also do for this lip combo is then I go back in with a darker brown. And this is just like any old brown. I mean, I'll show you the color on camera. It's just a brown lip liner. So I don't want anything too red. Okay, now this is the Wet n Wild Soft Blur in Nude for Love. I love this color. Okay, and then what I'll do, okay, I like that, but let's go ahead and add just a little bit of gloss to neutralize it. And we're gonna use just a nude gloss. It's called Power of Nude. I don't even know where I got it. The wrapper's all gone. It just makes it super glossy. Just like that. And let's go in with a little bit of this Zac Posen highlighter. It came as a duo, so there was a beautiful peach blush, and then it came with a highlighter. And this is the highlighter. Clean that up. And I'll just take whatever's left on there, and then I'll go in. And that's how I get a really beautiful glow without it looking too gold, but yet still gold and still kind of like a pearly kind of color, because we go in with both. We do the gold to match our skin tone, and then we go in with that pearly on top. And let's just do just a little right here. We're just gonna go right here and we'll blend that out. Until I found that, I didn't even know Zac Posen did makeup. I don't know. And I almost contour out that eye with my highlighter. We're blending. But honestly, I mean, I do love this one, but use whatever you guys have, you know? All right, guys. So that concludes it. This is what I call our peach glowy summer look. I think it's perfect for when you don't want a ton of foundation on your face, but you still want some coverage. Let me know what you think. Comment, share, subscribe. And if you guys want a tutorial on this hairstyle, let me know, because I threw it together in about an hour. Super easy, very boho. I might put some like little charms in, we'll see. I've got some faux locks in there, some twists, a little bit of everything. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. And again, I will see you on the next episode of Misha Makes. Stay safe.